Before we begin, take a moment to like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. This series explores early Christian texts that were excluded from the Bible, not because they lacked faith, but because they presented a version of Christianity that challenged authority, fear, and control. Today's text is the Gospel of Peter. This Gospel was widely known in the early centuries of Christianity. Church leaders quoted it. Communities read it publicly. And for a time, it was treated as legitimate scripture. Then it vanished. The Gospel of Peter tells the story of Jesus' trial, crucifixion, and resurrection, but not in the way most people are familiar with. What immediately stands out is who holds responsibility. In this Gospel, blame is shifted away from Rome. Pilate is portrayed as hesitant and reluctant. Responsibility is placed instead on religious authorities who misuse power while hiding behind holiness. This already makes the text politically uncomfortable. But the deeper issue is how Jesus himself is portrayed. In the Gospel of Peter, Jesus does not appear as a passive victim. During the crucifixion, he shows no suffering in the way later theology emphasizes. At one point, the text even suggests that he feels no pain, as if his true self is untouched by the violence inflicted on the body. This changes everything. The cross, in this Gospel, is not glorified as an instrument of suffering. It is exposed as an act of human violence, not divine necessity. Then comes the resurrection scene, one of the most dramatic in all early Christian literature. Instead of a quiet, private moment, the resurrection is cosmic. The tomb opens. Angels descend, and the cross itself is animated, walking, speaking, and bearing witness. Yes, the cross speaks. This symbolism is powerful. The instrument of execution becomes a witness against violence, not a symbol demanding worship. Resurrection is not framed as payment for sin, but as vindication, proof that death and power structures do not have the final word. From a theological perspective, the Gospel of Peter removes the foundation of substitutionary sacrifice. Jesus does not die to satisfy divine anger. He passes through death to expose its limits. That idea was dangerous. A Christianity without sacrificial suffering cannot be used to glorify obedience through pain. A faith that does not center guilt cannot easily be enforced through fear. And a resurrection that exposes power rather than sanctifying it threatens every hierarchy built on control. This is why the Gospel of Peter was eventually rejected. Church leaders argued that it downplayed suffering too much. But what it really did was refuse to weaponize it. The Gospel of Peter presents a Jesus who transcends violence rather than sanctifying it. A resurrection that reveals injustice rather than demanding worship. And a message that quietly asks an uncomfortable question: what if the cross was never meant to be the center of power? And what if that truth had to be removed?